Esther Buerki, the passionate creator behind the book Living Without Fear, which has touched many lives, and I'm the co-creator of the Amazon best-selling Inspire Journeys. If you're eager to explore a world of endless possibilities, you've come to the right place. Know someone who could use a dose of inspiration from today's episode? Feel free to share this podcast with them, and don't forget to stay updated by subscribing to my newsletter, joining me on YouTube, and if you found value in what you heard, kindly leave a brief review on your preferred podcast platform with a sprinkle of stars. Your unwavering support truly warms my heart, and I'm deeply appreciative of each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And today I want to dedicate this episode to all the perfectionists out there, me included, because I realize daily how my need to be better and do more, be more successful, stands in my way and even poisons my life. So if you have this too, let's work on this together. What is your thing you want to be better in and you're constantly criticizing you for that you're not yet there where you want to be? Is it a skill? Is it something in your profession? Is it something in your romantic relationship? Does it have to do with your health, your eating habits? Or is it all together? Because if we have the tendency to criticize ourselves, we tend to do it in many different areas of our lives. So my thing at the moment is about personal growth, as I'm working daily on it with meditation, journaling, and listening to many podcasts from many teachers. I'm very attentive about the way I feel, the way I think, the way I speak to others, and in which mental state I do things. I want to be in a beautiful state, in a positive state. I want to think in a positive state. So some teachers would say, I want to raise my vibrations and be in the highest vibrational state possible, so that all my thoughts, feelings, and actions emerge from this positive state and lead to beautiful results. Do you know how to raise your vibrations? Do you have tools to bring you back in a beautiful state? What do you do when you feel that your energy level is low and you want to bring yourself back to positive feelings and positive thinking? What I do and what works very fast for me is listening to joyful music. When I do this just for a minute, I can feel that my mood clears up and I feel much more positive. What helps as well is to tell myself uplifting sentences like, Esther, you're a wonderful being. You have so many skills. You're so rich. You live such a rich life. You can be so grateful for your sons, your parents, your house, your garden, your cats, etc. But as I am a perfectionist, I want to have more of those beautiful states. I want to feel longer those beautiful vibrations and act in those states and see how everything falls into place during my day or in my life. I want to have more of all this. And whenever I realize during my day that I lost track and I got back to criticizing me for something small and stupid, I blame myself even more, and I start a longer period of negative self-talk. But I don't want this anymore. And you might think the same thing about yourself. And that's why we want to work on this in particular today. What question can you ask yourself, or what can you tell yourself that you stop continuing going down this rabbit hole of self-blame? Sure, you and me want to be perfect, but this doesn't serve us any longer. That's why we need new habits. And by the time we will create a new identity which allows us to accept more and more our imperfections. For example, you can ask yourself, what does it cost me when I have so much self-blame? It costs you joy, happiness, and peace. You poison your life and the life of those around you, of your loved ones. Do you really want this? Of course not. You want to be a positive role model for your children. You want to be a joyful person to your friends. You want to be at service at work for your co-workers. So, if you see and you're totally aware of the consequences of your negative self-talk, you know you need to stop it instantly. What I do in this moment, and this works beautifully for me, but you might try different things which work for you. I lay my focus on my heart and I start breathing very consciously. And while I'm breathing, I always focus on my heart because my heart is what keeps me alive, which allows me to be present in this world, in this moment. My heart is there for me 24/7. And most of the time of my waking day, I don't even think of it at all. But my heart is still there, not asking for anything, just doing its work. What a beautiful thing, my heart. And while sitting in the train last week, surrounded by 3 passengers I didn't know, I started doing this breathing exercise, and I suddenly realized I feel wonderful. I'm just perfect the way I am. And I'm not alone in this world. I'm surrounded by strangers, but there are also beautiful human beings. They are breathing like me. We breathe all together, and everyone is busy with their own things on their smartphone. Everyone is a separate unity, but we are all one while breathing. It was such a beautiful moment for me. My heart was filled with joy and peace, and I had wished that this moment would never end. But it ended with the next stop, and I had to leave the train. And of course, while walking and searching my way through the crowd of people to meet my swimming buddy, I forgot my heart and stopped breathing consciously. I was busy again with the outer world, but I'm so happy about this experience in the train, and I know now I can repeat this every time I want. You might try it out as well, either while sitting in a train or bus, or standing in a big crowd of people waiting, or sitting in a classroom, or being in a restaurant with a lot of people who are busy talking to each other. There are so many possibilities where you can start checking in with your heart and breath. And what is wonderful with this, you focus yourself on the present moment. You forget your past. You don't think of the future. You're totally aware of the now. And this helps you to bring you back in a beautiful state. There's no self-blame anymore. There's no perfectionism which destroys your joy. There's just you and the moment itself in perfect harmony. But just notice, it is only you who can do this. You're the only responsible person to bring you in this state. And you don't need to blame others because they didn't give you enough self-confidence when you were a child. It totally lays in your responsibility. And that's why it is so important to do this inner work. I hope this episode inspired you to work on your perfectionism. And if you want to get coached on this, book a call with me. Use the coupon code TRANSFORM-NOW to get the free discovery call. I also enjoy hearing from you what you've learned. Please share your thoughts on Instagram or YouTube. Thank you, dear listener, for spending your precious time with me and being open to transform your life. And I cannot repeat it enough. In case you still feel worthless and nobody seems to like you, I tell you, you're amazing. I love you, and you're a gift to everyone who crosses your path. And please remember these sentences over and over again. Have an amazing day and talk to you next week.